Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Smash Dispatch podcast. As always, I'm one of yours, Fidel. Join alongside me, Mr. Ultimate Shadow X. Hello. What's poppin'?
Yep.
How are
Good.
you?
We got a lot to cover today.
We have a good show. Our before last time doing one of these character reviews, right? It's really sad.
It's good. We're coming towards the end. It's gonna be exciting to see what ends up happening. But we'll do a video on the final stuff.
Oh yeah.
We'll do another episode on that later. For sure.
Yeah. There's still a ton of like Smash stuff to talk about before the show eventually morphs into other stuff. But we'll talk about that in the future maybe. But so we have Kazuya. He is here. He's in the game. I figured before we get into sort of the character and what we think, what did you think of the Sakurai Presents? Because he's back in the studio.
Yeah. So the presentation I think this time around was pretty much as big as like the character drop because, well, first off, I thought you could tell that Sakurai he's very passionate for these games. I thought it was really cool, all the details that he put into the character to make sure it was accurate. Like he said, it's not easy adapting characters like that in the Smash that's so radically different. But I think he did it pretty well. I mean, I was honestly surprised watching the presentation. I was like, oh wow, this is how it works. This is really cool.
Right.
That all these properties on his moves like that. They thought it out really well. Because I thought Kazuya was gonna be a Min-Min, where the A are punching. That's sort of how it works in Tekken. I thought he wouldn't have special moves. But no, Sakurai gave him just flat out special moves and made all the A attacks.
Yeah, Sakurai gave him a lot of stuff. Also, he did sort of mention Harada. He was saying how like a voice from the heavens was telling me, Sakurai, please add in this character to the game.
Yeah, a lot of people said that could have been Nintendo because I think Nintendo has the kanji for it having. But to me, I don't know, the way he was saying it and the fact that it was like, why would Nintendo specifically want Tekken in? Tekken 7 isn't even being ported over.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, there's no way. There's gotta be Harada.
It has to.
They're in the same building. Come on.
Yeah. We all know. And so in general, it was very fun. I always like when Sakurai's in the studio because you can tell he's happier that there's people there and stuff. Because whenever he's home, you can tell.
At his jokes.
Yeah, you can tell, bro. The saddest thing is still in that 1% where he's like, I'm home alone, no one to laugh at my jokes, and that was one of the saddest things to come out of it. But I'm happy he's back in the studio. They also said they got a bigger one, even though the way he lays it out makes it look like it's exactly like the old one. But either way, cool to see that.
Yeah, and then again, Sakurai, I always love him explaining the history of games, etc., etc. It's like my personal hope is after this is all over, Sakurai just uploads stuff on his own of
I agree.
This is a game that I like to enjoy or something like that.
Yeah. Or just go back, let's talk about Sonic. What happened with Sonic?
Yeah, something like that. That'd
Snake,
be cool too.
That'd be really dope. Yeah, but so I think overall the present itself was really well done, really well explained, and then
and the funny thing about the present was the reactions to you just he'd be like, oh, Kazuya can reflect this, and it would be like, oh, Kazuya has armor, oh, Kazuya has, and everyone's like, where does it stop? Where does this
oh my god,
it was crazy watching how much stuff does this character have,
because it's so early in the morning too that I'm almost I'm paying attention, but I'm not sinking it all in. So he keeps saying things and I'm like, what is going on with this character? What are they doing? This character has 7 million moves, and you count it, and there's the thing. It's he has 36 moves total, which is insane.
36 and even his taunt, Sakurai's all the A button. It was not enough. We had to put a move on the taunt too. It was oh my god, insane.
It's actually crazy. But I think it's funny also how the presents they've almost become one of the big highlights of them are the Mii costumes, right? Where people are just all right, let's get ready for this part.
Oh,
and
God,
man,
yeah, that was brutal.
This was a brutal one.
Brutal. And I understand it's nice that you have your character represented in the game at all. You get a nod, but I feel this one was in particular.
This was
really,
a brutal
really
one,
because we got Dovahkiin, we got Lloyd, Shantae, and of course the biggest one, Dante.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, I think Lloyd most people expected, but
we all did.
Revealing him all the way last, that it's like with the Shadow assist trophy, where everyone's he's gonna be an Echo, he's got an assist trophy, and the very last time they show him, he was an assist. It's the same thing with the Lloyd meme.
Yeah.
The Shantae, I mean, I think we discussed
Shantae's cool.
before. Like indie characters, they usually don't go above the costume.
Yeah,
but it's nice that she got the song.
Yes, so far every indie character's gotten a song.
I don't think
believe
Shovel.
so.
Wait, is there a Shovel Knight Me
Yeah,
costume?
no. There's the assist trophy, but I'm talking about the ones
Okay.
that have gotten costumes.
Yeah.
So far, have all gotten a song. I wonder, like,
And Dovahkiin, of course,
Yeah.
Todd Howard
of course,
always wins. He always wins.
Every
But
time, man.
Dante, yeah, that
was brutal.
That hurt.
That was brutal. I found myself in someone made like one of those like big like compilations of like reactions to Dante Me costume, and I'm just there, and I'm like, no,
I think like, you know, it's I'm glad that if he's there over nothing. But like I've postulated about this, and honestly, I think for the future, I hope that every Me costume's a premium.
Right.
Just get a song. It goes a long way, right? Because like Devil May Cry music is so like
It's good.
iconic to the series.
Yeah.
Not just the, you know, the recent stuff, like, you know, you have obviously the big meme songs,
Devil
Trigger,
Triggers,
etc.
yeah.
But not just that. Like you have like, you know, Dante's theme music. Like there's so many iconic pieces of music from Devil May Cry, and the fact that you get a Me costume and there's no music.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
wonder-
It feels more like empty
Right.
than if they had a song at least.
I'm
you
wondering
know?
if it has to be like, obviously it's like they maybe they don't, because I feel like they'd want to, but maybe they can't, because like obviously we have the whole ratings thing.
The ultimate question is,
Does ESRB
and
control
this
the
is also
songs?
People, you know, it wasn't X Devil May Cry. It was X
Exactly.
Dante.
Exactly.
And the
Which we
reason
all know
for that
why.
is it's apparently it's an ESRB thing. We've talked about it before. It
Yeah.
changed after Joker.
Right.
You can't promote on a game that's like a higher age rating.
Exactly.
In your trailer, if your game's like lower than that.
Exactly.
And obviously, the Devil May Cry games range like to M rating, so they
Right.
couldn't say X Devil May Cry. But it could also be a matter of like, because Dante, a big part of his kit is he has a sword, he has
Yeah.
a bunch of cool weapons, but he has the guns. He has
Right,
ebony and
right,
ivory,
yeah.
and it could be that Joker got away with it because they're aerosol like cap guns,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But it wouldn't work for Dante because they're real guns. I don't know.
But I feel like maybe it applies to the music, like because they can't like trademark the song of the like.
It's definitely like
it has to be
they
that.
definitely
Yeah.
have to go through more hoops.
Yeah, to get
put
one
the song
song.
in the game,
Yeah.
because they're essentially they're reselling that song, right?
Basically.
You could use a song in a trailer or whatever, and
Yeah,
just
'cause
pay
it's
the
trailer.
promotion. But I think it's a completely different ballpark
Yeah.
if you're actually having it.
Because
in
you
the game.
notice like the Me costumes, like it'll say like X Cuphead, X, you know, Undertale, you know, it didn't say X Sound. So I think when they can use the franchise name, that's when they can put a song in there.
Well, also it could just be that indies are easier to negotiate.
Right,
with.
for sure,
Like
yeah.
you're an indie dev, like yeah, sure,
You're gonna
of
be like,
course, you
take
know,
my
but like
whole
something
soundtrack.
like Square or you know other companies
Yeah.
trying to get licensed. Like I'm sure Konami, like if
sure.
they wanted a Goemon song or something, it
Oh
would
my
be a
God.
lot harder to
Yeah.
get like to go through.
Yeah,
So for
yeah.
them, it's not worth it. But I wish, like you know, I wish it was a reality because it makes it feel a lot better. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The realities of music.
But again, like, what also was funny about the Dante costume is he explains like, oh, this is a Dragon Slayer from Skyrim. We're very happy. Blah, blah. And then Shantae, they're like, Shantae is very popular. Dante,
Nothing.
nothing.
No, he had
Doesn't
nothing to say.
anything.
He wasn't like, I like
know.
Dante,
I
he's
didn't
cool.
know, it's just like, it almost felt like Sakurai was like, shut up about Dante
Yeah, just
here.
leave, here, just here's this costume. But yeah, no, at least you got that. We also got what's it called? We got the Min Min amiibo, which looks funny. You know,
2022. It's really
yeah,
crazy
it's
to me,
brutal.
Like how much clearly the pandemic pushed back
Yeah.
the production
Yeah.
on that. So we're probably
yeah,
not
it's
going to be
crazy.
seeing the like Kazuya and the last
Oh my
fighters
God.
amiibo to like
2024
2023 at this point.
Yeah, no, yeah, 20, yeah, no, I would, yeah, 20,
It's gonna be
late
super
2023.
late on those amiibos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can tell, like, I thought, like, that amiibo looked wonky as hell.
Looked
Like, I
funny,
was laughing
yeah.
about it, but it was clearly a prototype. They showed
Yeah.
actual images of, like, the final product, and
Right.
it looks great. Like,
Yeah.
it's super cool how far amiibos have come.
I mean, in general, the human face amiibos are just difficult in my opinion.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when you have, like, the more, like, your Marios and your more cartoony, like, characters, those are the better ones usually. And not just that, but yeah, so we also had finally putting a rest to the debate, the conversation. Sakurai saying for sure this is the last character. You know, he has like a little brief moment where he's like, this is my life's work. I've almost been working on this game for a decade, and the last character will be the last one. He did pretty much also say that the character is gonna be late to this year, so I'm not expecting this one until like October, November. Like, he was pretty clear in there to be like, yeah, I expect it late to this year.
I'm thinking like timeline, obviously there's probably gonna be another direct in September or October.
Yeah.
And I think they'll probably hint at it, and then they'll do a whole thing later.
Yeah, I agree.
Later, but yeah, it's not going to be till later. But yeah, again, he pretty much confirmed there's no secret other pass or anything else. But you know, again, like I really like that's why I really hope that whatever it is, the last character, like Sakurai, it's something that, like he really enjoys.
Yeah,
I know. What I mean,
I know. Cause man, like I know, like cause I know like a last impression is like a big deal, but it also isn't. Right? But I feel like there's something, I feel like it's different because like this is like, okay, if we look at the final season pass of Tekken 7, right? No one's gonna be like, oh, this is the last Tekken 7 character, this is the last Tekken character we might get for the next like decade, you know, or like something like that, or Street Fighter.
Yeah,
or,
it's true.
With Smash, it's so different, right? Because it's like this specific game has been going on for so long. It's a game that brings all these crazy third parties and everything. And again, it doesn't have to be a crazy thing, but at least I hope it ends on something like cool. Like, you know, like I wanna have a final moment where I'm like, oh fuck. I don't want to be like, oh
yeah. So,
that's nice.
So I think Taco on Twitter, he brought this up to me because I was talking about this, and he said, I want the final trailer to feel final.
Exactly.
Like the final character feel final. Like
please.
And in my head, that means like I would love it if it's like they wrap up a World of Light thing where it's like the final character shows up to save the day, sort of like a Sonic thing with like Taboo, and he like shows up and they all like team together and they beat Darkon or beat Galeem, and that's like the final show. Like that would be like the send off.
Something
you know
like that,
that would be, that's what I want to see. You know,
I want something like that. Also, people did point out in a cool way where like that video where he's talking about the legacy of Smash Ultimate Smash, where he's showing all like the newcomers from new to old, which is like really nice. Except he did not show Piranha Plant, which is really funny. People were very upset about that. Like, man, Piranha doesn't exist to him. But yeah, no, I think like whatever this final character will be, again, I'm sure we'll have a conversation about it. But yeah, he did confirm that. So enjoy these final high moments with all this stuff. But yeah, so now that that's mostly the presenter. I don't think I'm missing anything aside from that, but aside from the character we can get into. So yeah, the next day character drops. So there's a lot of things to talk about this character. How do you feel about Kazuya? How much have you played of him? How do you feel? What's going on?
So it's crazy. I mean, we were on stream, we were playing him together, and it just I think the most important thing to me is how fun it is to move with the character.
Oh yeah.
Like, the movement is so fluid, it feels, you know, so distinctly Tekken, right? Like, that's the whole point of the game. You have the free movement, you sidestep, you're backdashing, but it translated, like, amazingly well.
Insanely well.
Like, the way that you just glide across the stage, it just feels so smooth. It feels, like, natural. Yeah. And I think that's the big thing for me. Like, he's definitely a hard character to get a hold of. Like, like his jump, like, the way that he jumps even, is so weird. Like, it's a longer jump, it's shorter, but then the second jump, it's almost like Ness and Mewtwo, where like there's a delay and it goes up, but you don't grab the ledge all the time. Like, it's weird, but it feels good on the ground. Like, playing him on the ground, it just feels really like smooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, and like, yeah, no, honestly, this character he is super fun. Like, this is a very fun character. I would say, though, he is definitely not like pick up and play friendly. Like, I don't think, I feel like this is a character, if you don't care to like learn the different combos and moves from him, it feels like you're missing out.
You are gonna have to solo play this character. Like, if you play Kazuya, you ain't playing anyone else, because there's so much investment in the character. You know, even compared to like, now previously, I thought Terry was the most fun in how he moved, because the way he would forward and backdash. You know, he had inputs as well, but Kazuya, like, completely different level, because there's so many options you have at any given time. It's exactly like Tekken. You know, you have a big move list. Now, does that mean that you need to use every single move at all times and blah blah blah? No, but again,
you
need to learn like your handful of moves that are gonna be helpful to you, and know how to use each move effectively. You know,
except that tenet combo, which is the mash A combo is actually.
Well, no, you don't even need the mash. I found out you can hold A down.
Are you serious? You can just
You
hold
can
A?
literally hold A down and the whole combo comes out. You don't have to mash.
It's absurd.
It feels like correct in my head to mash it, but you can literally hold it down.
That's crazy. It's probably more effective to hold it.
I have to say, it's probably the one part of this kit that I don't agree with. In the sense of like, in Tekken, doing the 10 hit is like, you gotta remember the combination
so many
of
inputs.
Like,
yeah.
Even if his 10 hit was like A and B alternating or A or something alternating, I would have been fine. But like, you just hold it down and it does like 47 damage. Now, mind you, it's like not even the first week yet, and I feel like there's got to be some way to get out of it. Like, you know, obviously there's got to be something we're missing. Maybe you smash DI, maybe you can do something to escape it. But like, just day one impression was like, smash A, okay.
I feel like I think when you're at a higher percentage, I've seen, because I played online, at a higher percentage, people at some point can like DI out of it.
You fall out of it.
Yeah, you can fall out of it eventually. But no, that move, like if you did, like that's like an easy 30-40%. That 10-hit combo, and then again, let's like the dynamic again, man. That dynamic camera was a game changer to me. Where I was like, "Fuck, I wish every character had this in 1v1s." Like where like when you throw someone,
like, that was something that's so cool. Iconically Tekken. And I was hoping that in the official trailer, I was really hoping that like, oh man, this isn't. I hope this is not just like the gimmick, like because Sakurai, they have free range of the camera. Like I hope it wasn't just a thing they did.
Yeah.
But no, they actually put in. Grabs being cinematic in 1v1s, and it just the impact, it feels like you know you have more visible like reaction, like feeling to the hits being landed.
It feels like also
due in fact to the, like how you know Tekken sound effects, you know, for landing
when you
hits
hit him,
is so satisfying, and obviously they brought all that over, you know.
It's so cool. No, it's really cool. They've got that effect. They got the camera. They like you said, like it feels like Tekken, and you know, and that I think, like I said, with this character, that comes with its ups and downs. Where like, if you're not a fan of Tekken, I don't think this is a character you're gonna enjoy much. But if you like Tekken and you know how to play Tekken, I think for example, I really like Tekken. You like Tekken, and a lot of people do. But it's like, I think if you play those games, you really love and appreciate this character a lot more than I think people that I've noticed that aren't really big Tekken fans are kind of just like, this is a lot too much for me. You know?
It's actually really funny because there's been like a swap. So like somewhat related. So you know, Strive, Guilty Gear Strive comes out. A lot of big Smash Bros players would go over it because they're like, oh, the netcode's great.
Yeah,
it's fun.
It's Guilty Gear.
With Kazuya and Tekken, or Kazuya and Smash, I'm seeing a bunch of old like FGC players, like you know, like Markman, like like other big like fighting game players go to Smash.
Yeah, it's so
funny. And they're like
funny.
playing Kazuya, like. Momochi, they're like a big Street Fighter like fighter game. They were like they were like posting their playing Kazuya online in Smash. It's like it's really funny. It's like how a lot of these Tekken players, a lot of these fighting game players are going to Smash to try out Kazuya and they're having a great time. And then the Smash players are going to Strive and having a great time. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, that's why these crossovers are so cool, man.
Yeah, I love them, man.
But yeah, like back to Kazuya, like. Yeah, like if you play Tekken, like it will sort of feel more natural to you.
Yeah.
But I think even as someone who's like a newcomer to the series or hasn't played Tekken, like you can still feel satisfying out of how
he does a lot of
damage.
damage.
And like the cool thing about it is like you know, like I'm trying to like say this. It's like every move feels like it has a use. You know what I mean?
I get
That's
you.
The cool thing.
Well, he also hits hard. So like, if you don't know Tekken, you could just like press buttons and you're gonna do big damage. Like his smash is satisfying. His raging thing when like you're at the high percentages.
The rage art when he's
rage art's dope.
Yeah, which is funny because Bandai Namco worked on Smash 4 and that had a rage.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're full circle.
It's awesome. And I love, my favorite one is just, when you're in the rage and you do the grab and you like turn to the D and you just fucking grab and whack him into the ground, they go flying.
The slam, it's so satisfying. Again, extremely satisfying character. And again, a character that people are going to put a lot of time into, and it's going to be even more satisfying to do really cool things.
I agree.
We've already seen some really cool things people have done with the character. But that's just like, you know, we're a week in and people haven't optimized him.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
I genuinely love to see this character played. Like, I hope people don't drop him. Like, because I'm seeing, like, for example, like Mr. Pyre, I see a lot of people playing. They're awesome characters still to play competitively. But I hope this one isn't like, I hope he is not one of those characters where it's like, it's too much time to learn him, so someone doesn't want to do it when they could play a character that you could spend less time with to just do better with.
Yeah. So like, I agree, because like this was a problem that Peach had in Smash 4. Right. If you remember, Peach could do crazy like turnip drop, footstool combos that would just go on forever. And you're like, holy shit, this character's crazy. Yeah. But the amount of like time you had to put into like getting good with Peach, you could put in less time with like Bayo or like Diddy and have better results, right?
Yeah.
But with Kazuya, I'm not seeing that, because obviously the character is loaded.
Yeah.
This character is ridiculous. What this character can do, like the reflector, invincibility, you know, crumpling, all that sort of stuff. Like, he has a decent recovery. He has insanely powerful tools, but it's going to be extremely hard to master them all. And it looks like it's going to be more than worth it. Like, I've seen a lot of pros that, you know, a lot of people in the community who are like, yeah, like I want to put in time with this character because he's gonna be rewarding for me, and I know that, right? Like that's ultimately what it's about, and I agree. Like I think, and what helps actually is Kazuya coming out now, because offline events are coming back.
We're coming back,
and this character, there's precise inputs. You know, you have the Electric God Wind Fist, which is like you have to put A and D forward input at the same time, relatively around the same time to get it to come out. Yeah. So again, like, that being offline, you need that level of precise inputs, and it's good that it's coming out now when offline events are coming back.
Exactly,
you know?
Perfect. Thank God for that. And one of my favorite moves from him, I don't know what it's called, but it's like the Spartan kick. It's so satisfying.
That's just his F tilt, I think.
His forward tilt is like one of the most satisfying moves in the game, because people just go flying. Like, it's hilarious.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about that kick is the angle. Like, it doesn't just send you straight. You go straight and down.
Yeah, down,
And it's so hard for some characters to recover from that.
Yeah.
I personally, I really like doing the punch out of the crouch dash, the Wind God or the Dragon Uppercut. Like, I like that. It feels like, again, it feels just like Tekken, how you dash in and you hit the punch. Yeah. I also love the command grab, the Gates of Hell, which is like the Shoryuken motion and grab, which is the meme one he did on Isabel, but it was in the trailer. But like, again, like, it's those big hits that feel so satisfying on the character. You know?
That's gonna be like really fun to see, like, competitively. When you say like competitive matches, you just see people do that shit. Like, that's type of shit. And that's, again, I just think overall, I think he's a super fun character. I think extremely well done, right? A little too much, almost, I would say, because like, I feel like the big charm of Smash always is, okay, how do we smashify these characters, right? Whereas with this character, it is pretty much like, let's just make his moveset from Tekken in Smash and make every button possibility, you know? And again, I love that person on like this is cool, this is satisfying note, but I can understand why it might be like a little too much in a game where, like, you're obviously, the whole point of it is to make it a little more streamlined and dumbed down for people. Kind of.
Yeah, and again, I think, you know, obviously it's still early. I think the problem that I have with Kazuya right now, obviously it's because I haven't, like, dedicated myself to the character, but I think the problem that I've come across is, like, again, I bring up the movement, right? You're dashing, you're forward dashing, crouch dashing, you're gliding across the stage. It's hard for me right now to, like, do that level of movement and get the move I want to come out, right? Like, I'll be like, oh, I want to dash, stop, and then do the spin kicks, but then I'll get something else because I didn't reset my stick to neutral yet. Like, again, like, he's very precise, and it's going to be a character that you got to invest time into, but you can still have fun with him even if you aren't, like, playing him optimally, you know?
Absolutely, yeah. So I think awesome character overall with that stuff. What did you think? We got 39 music tracks.
30, I think which that's is the most.
The second most,
second to Terry.
Yeah, right? Amazing. That's awesome. Obviously, same building. They probably just grabbed the USB stick, put it in there.
Yeah, no, I'm very happy because, again, like, Tekken music is awesome. Something that's also iconic to the series. I'm really glad we didn't get cocked out of, like, you know, like a Square Enix thing, because Bandai Namco, they play ball, they're in the same building. It's awesome that we got a lot of songs. And it seems like the songs they picked were the ones that fans, like, desperately wanted. Like, we got the Infinite Azure, which is Moonsiders. We even got it remixed by Yoko Shimomura.
Yeah, awesome.
We got Karma, which is the Electric Fountain from Tekken 6. That got a remix. The stupid Yodel song, which is like a big meme in Tekken community, that's in there. Jin theme from Tekken 3. Like, they picked all the songs that people really, really wanted. So more than happy.
Yeah,
like,
I agree. I think the song selection super dope. It's one of those stages where I want to I wish like here's my one thing I hate, right? Because like I play so much Smash just like online or like for quick player stuff. Like I wish like I could just choose which stage I get to play on, because like as half the time I never get to hear the songs I want to. But obviously when you play with friends, at least you can pick them. But either way, like I think the song selection is dope.
I honestly feel like the dojo stage that we got with Kazuya.
Yeah, how do you like it?
I've been playing it mostly on like the Battlefield version because it looks so pretty. Like I like the moonlighting.
So nice.
It's a really cool looking stage.
It's nice.
And then the stage itself with the breakable walls and ceilings and all that.
Oh,
it's
man.
funny.
It's cool.
It's really funny to just, you know, it's like the King of Fighters stage, but like it's more like funny because like the wall just bursts apart.
Yeah,
it's not like you're getting sent through something. Like the whole place
so
gets destroyed.
satisfying.
Really,
I love it.
It's a fun stage.
I love it. That stage is really cool. I love just the satisfaction of like seeing the wall break, like hearing the shatter of it. It's super satisfying. I think that's really cool. But like, cause like you can share the top half of it, the sides, and like they have different like I guess levels. Like I think it has like 3 animations of different breaking to it. But I like that one. See, I like that mechanic a bit more. Like I like the visual style of King of Fighters Arena more, but I like this version of the walls better, because one thing I don't like about the King of Fighters is like it takes a little too long to like hit them out of it, you know, like get them out and break that glass. Whereas here I think like it's a good amount of like, okay, you knock them out a bit, but then the wall breaks very easily. And it almost feels like it feels like a literal like ninja or fighting movie, right? Where like you see that absurd shit where someone throws someone through a wall and it breaks,
get thrown through a wall into the next room. Like I love that. Yeah. And I also feel again, so Kazuya being so satisfying with like, you know, the Tekken hit sense, but also like it's so satisfying sending somebody through the wall, like, and they get KO'd or something, or they go flying, the wall breaks, and it's like that raw emotion of like, oh, like when it breaks. It's so cool. Like I love how they transferred that stage over.
I agree. I like it. I think it's a great stage overall. We have that. I did the classic mode. Classic mode was fun. Yeah. You basically fight characters just with their fists. It's nothing like
it was
too crazy.
Like I always play on the highest difficulty. It was surprisingly harder than the other ones, I thought. Like like some of the fights I had to use like to replay again, because it was like when you're 100 stamina, you don't even realize how fast that damage racks up on you. Yeah. You know?
I forgot who is the last opponent. I did it on channel.
So it's actually another Kazuya but with the Jin ult.
Right. Okay.
And then you defeat that, and then you fight a metal Kazuya.
Right.
I don't quite know what that's referencing, because it's not like it's like Devil Jin.
Right.
It's just I mean it could be like a Devil Jin, but he's made out of metal.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know if that's referencing something in Tekken, because I know Tekken has like a line of like there's robots and androids in Tekken. I don't know if there's a plot point I'm missing there that it's referencing. How far it goes, but yeah, it was a pretty standard classic mode. I had fun with it though. It felt like, cool. Again, like more of a fighting, like a traditional fighting game with Kazuya with the staminas and everything. So
I also like the alts. I just use the shirtless one. I'm not a fan of the suit. I mean, I know like people like so.
I use the cash money one.
I know the cash money is good. So good. I like it, but I don't know. I just like the pure like I'm about to fucking kill you with like the shirt off style. It's cool. That's like more my style.
Yeah, he has great ults. I love I love the gold suit.
Yeah.
I think that what's funny though is like, because the only change on the shirtless ones are his pants. Yeah. So when you're going through the costumes and the characters like you're like, I don't know which one I'm picking.
Literally, yeah, no, it's so funny. Like, I'll try to pick like a different. Like, I guess the glove looks a little darker. It might be this one, but yeah, no. So I think that's cool. I know you did the what's it called, the spirits. How did you like the spirits?
The spirit mode, it's pretty standard stuff. Like, I think what hurt it was I was like, where were the Tekken Me costumes? How do we not get any Tekken Me costumes?
Yeah, no,
like,
that's
King would have been super easy, like King mask, like or like you know, Xiao Yu dress or something.
Right.
Like, I thought that we were gonna get Tekken outfits like Asuka, but we didn't. I
guess that last one we got,
which was already in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But the spirit battles, they were fun. Like I think the funniest one was Kuma and Panda, which are a bear and a cat. The white cat and the brown bear Mii's. They're just Mii's. It's not even banjo.
Fuck? That's so funny.
the karate outfit with the Ashley
Oh my
WarioWare
God.
wig, which I thought was
Ew.
really funny.
That's cool.
But yeah, like none of the spirit battles were that difficult. Like
Okay.
I didn't need to like do any of them again. The
Redo them.
Heihachi one I almost lost, but I was able to win. Like
Right.
the spirit battles, there wasn't anything like too
Cool.
interesting this time around. I think
That's
that's
fair.
just because the Tekken fighters. They're pretty straightforward.
They're
pretty
standard,
plain,
yeah.
So it's like they don't translate well
Yeah.
to cool stuff you could do for references
Yeah.
and spirit battles. Unlike like the Persona spirit battles, it had a little like nods of other stuff like that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. But yeah, no, yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I'm glad the spirits are fun there. But yeah, no, overall, like I think. Well, I'm thinking about it. I think Kazuya is like a great addition. You know, I think as you know, like we've talked about before, like it was cool people posting pictures of like, hey, finally Bandai has a second rep aside from Pac-Man. You know, when they make the game, and even beyond them making the game, like I think it's like Tekken is such like an important franchise to the fighting game community and the fighting game scene. You know, I think this like the franchise overall has had over like 50 million copies sold and stuff. It's like that's massive. So I think overall he definitely deserved it. I think he is a great fit in there. I think he's super fun and all that stuff. And again, it's always cool.
I mean, and I think what's really cool about it is there's been interviews way back that Sakurai wanted to put Heihachi.
Right, I remember those. Yes,
and he just didn't know how. And it's nice that we're now here with a Tekken character that works like beautifully in Smash, I think. And it works. You know, we have a Tekken character, we have our Bandai Namco rep. Like again, like it's just cool that we're able to have this character in the game because I think again, like it's an important character for the legacy. But it just makes sense for him to be here.
Exactly. And also, like, I found it so funny in the presentation when, like, Sakurai was, like, comparing, what's his name, Kazuya and Mario's, like, movements and attacks, like, side by side. There's just something so funny about that. He was, like, saying, like, and he was, like, showing Mario, like, punching the air a bunch of times versus how Kazuya does it in Tekken. And he was just saying how, like, yeah, if you applied, like, Smash's speed and movement in Tekken, it would, like, break the game or some shit. And it was cool to see showing him, talking also about the difference between the two series. Where, like, yeah, Tekken's about, like, and he showed a grid and everything. He was like,
well, yeah, he showed, like, the family tree, so because he was basically
that too,
like, they picked Kazuya because, you know, he has the devil gene, which means he had more, like, abilities for moves and et cetera, you know what I mean? I also personally think, this is just a speculation, but the voice actor for Heihachi actually passed away not too long ago, and he actually also voiced Incineroar. I feel like they probably just didn't want to put it in Heihachi because out of respect for the voice actor, you know what I mean? I feel like that's another part of it that wasn't brought up, but that's speculating. Obviously, Sakurai saying, you know, Kazuya is the devil gene, so he can do more. That makes sense too, you know?
Also, Heihachi was in PlayStation All-Stars, so there's stuff. I'm sure there's like all bunch of stuff like that.
I'm glad he's in the background of the stage, though.
I agree. At least he's there. Yeah, it's cool that he's there.
Also, so we have the elephant in the room of the level 9 Kazuya CPU.
Oh my god! Yeah, I was gonna say like, the CPU. It's insane.
Like I said, I think Harada himself, like when you pick the level 9 Kazuya,
he gets like a notification.
You just enter a Wi-Fi match with Harada.
Yeah.
The game just doesn't tell you. Like it's funny because like you know the level 9 CPUs in Smash are like, yeah, they don't really play fair because they have perfect inputs, but like. But this one in particular knows how to do all this crazy stuff by default. It's so
horrifying.
Funny how cracked this.
Yeah, I saw people like play it in competitive.
Get washed by this thing is so funny.
It's great. It's so that's it. I was watching. I was like, boy, I saw like a competitive match versus the level 9 CPU. It's actually genuinely funny, and like I think people can actually learn from it. It's even like I remember on stream before like Smash was online. I went to just fight CPU like on level 5. I put it just on level 5 just so I can mess it. And it was hard. And I was like, the fuck is going on? The CPU is violent, and again because obviously. It knows all these inputs and doesn't have to worry.
All the moves. Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't have to worry about anything.
Perfectly, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just so funny that like this is the new menace in Smash.
And I know the character has a bit of jank, right? Like it's like I've seen. So you showed me one where it was like the piranha like shoots that little spike and he just reflects it at him and he like dies.
So first off, Kazuya's reflector, which is the kicks he does.
Right.
It's a reflect. First of all, it's like the strongest reflector in the game. Period. Right. It's a 2.4 multiplier.
Oh my god.
2.4. That's crazy. I mean, obviously you have to time it because it's a specific kick. It's not really. It doesn't last long, so you have to sort of like predict it. So it works out. But the funny thing is that for some reason on certain projectiles, it doubles it. So it's
Right.
it's like a five times 5
times.
multiplier.
Right.
Because of a bug right now. So like stuff like Piranha Plant Patooey,
He's just died.
Sephiroth's
Sephiroth's
counter,
like,
because that
yeah.
counts as a projectile.
Yeah.
And actually, like I saw one with Pac-Man's fruit. For some reason, it double
fucking
reflects
funny.
and it kills instantly, and it's so funny to see.
Yeah,
like,
it
obviously,
really
it
is.
sucks, and they're probably gonna patch it with the next update or next balance patch.
Even
but
before
yeah,
that, probably.
there is jank with the character's reflector right now, which is like crazy. And then speaking of patch, it was tame. Like there were patch notes.
Yeah, you're right. It wasn't too bad, right?
Most of the stuff was for the Miis, which I think is funny because it's like Sakurai does the Mii death parade with like Dante, Shantae, and Lloyd, and he's like, we'll buff all the Miis to compensate. So
no, it is genuinely funny. Like it's not that it's everywhere, but like when sometimes I go on quick play, it's like I see a decent amount of Mii players. Like it's not like I feel like in Smash 4 it was no one wanted to play the Miis, but I feel like this time around with how stupid you can get with some of these costume combinations and stuff, like I feel like more and more people play the Miis, like unironically.
Yeah, and I think what helps is I think they overall made the Miis a lot better in this game. So there's more incentive to play them.
I agree.
Like I was actually looking at the changes. Like the Mii Brawler stuff is genuinely crazy because Mii Brawler, the down B where they go up and they like land on their head,
smash down.
That just straight up breaks your shield now. It's like Bowser's down B.
Jesus.
It's actually crazy.
It's insane.
So most of the changes were for the Miis. A lot of the other stuff was very, very minor stuff that I don't think really ultimately impacts much. I think the biggest thing is for Marth, they actually buffed the tipper. And they made it easier to hit, which if you remember in Smash 4, they did that later on and it helped Marth a lot.
Right, okay.
So we'll see. I mean, again, I think they've been taking like very like measured responses with the balancing so far. So, there haven't been any big blowout changes quite yet. But it's also nice that like the nerfs haven't been like massive quite yet either. Because that was my biggest problem with Smash 4 was like the disparity of like characters would just get gutted.
Right.
Like gutted.
Yeah.
And this time around, like characters lose some stuff, maybe they gain some stuff, but it's nothing that's like insanely over the top,
I'm always just a fan of buffing characters. Just like make it just more fun and encouraging to play characters. Yeah, and that seems to be what they're doing. Like there are some characters that get minor nerfs, but overall it's mostly changes that are buffs for characters. Yeah, which is good. Yeah, no, I would say, like I said, it's like overall, I think really great character pack. Like if I think the stage is really dope, music selection's amazing, character himself plays incredibly well, and just the spirits and class mode stuff cool. So I would say like really great. Nothing crazy, but I think really great. How about you? Same?
Yeah, again, like I think I like Tekken. I played a fair amount of the games. I think like between the reveal and the drop, like I think that's how I would put it. Like it's great. Like
it's great.
It's nothing that's like playing Kazuya is like super fun. I think that's the most the most exciting part of the character is how he moves, how he plays. But like nothing that's like, oh my god, like that over the top visceral reaction personally from me, just because I don't have the same connection. And that like I think the thing about Tekken is like you can do a lot of cool stuff in Tekken, but it's more grounded in reality in the sense where it's like it's not over the top like insane anime stuff like all the time. And the characters are very like straightforward. Like the dojo stage very straightforward. It's pretty, but it's not like an insane whoa stage. So it's very measured. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cool. That's kind of how I feel. But yeah, no, I think like I said, it's like overall we're nearing the end of this. But I think as a pre-finale, I'm glad this wasn't the finale, as great as he is. But I'm glad we have one more. But yeah, overall, dope stuff. Anything else you want to say, or
no? I think
wrap it up there? I think that's everything.
Me.
Yeah, we don't have any like extra info from. I think we're gonna get a column soon, so Sakurai is gonna give us more info and shit. But yeah, so guys, let us know what you all think of this character of the pack. What do you think of just the stage, everything? Let us know. We'll see you all next time. We'll talk about other stuff. We'll go back to our regular topics and shit like that, and we'll see you all next time. Peace out.
See ya.